On the first part of our morning show today, we're going to talk about another thing going on in our area. We're packing in a lot of things going in to the weekend, and the Friendship Quilters Guild Quilt Show is scheduled for this weekend at Schmidt-Woodland Hills. And joining us is Cheryl Harris, who will be the featured quilter this weekend. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning. And thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's nice to talk about this event, and how does it feel to be kind of the honored guest at the Quilters Guild?
Oh, it's really quite an honor. It was kind of unexpected, but it's like, okay, I could do this, and it's amazing. And I think the crowd will be really pleased with the quilts that are there to see.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Cheryl?
I lived in Richland Center years ago, and I've moved back. I left Richland Center area back in 1995, and due to a divorce, and the kids are here, so I decided to move back. I'm living in Boscobel now, and I've been sewing since I was 5 years old. I love to quilt now, and I'm just making quilts for different charities, and I put my quilts in various quilt shows across the United States. I've been at national and international quilt shows, and sometimes I win some of that prize money. So,
wow, that's awesome. Do you remember the first quilt that you made, Cheryl?
Oh, gosh, I was still in, I think, junior high or grade school, later, but I never even finished that quilt. It was too new, and the geometry part was kind of a little difficult then, because we didn't have the rotary cutters and the different tools that we had back then, that we have now today. It's so much easier now, and the techniques that keep coming out, you're just able to quilt a lot faster and a lot more accurate now today than you could years ago. You had to be really skilled back then.
What makes a difference then if you're going to get in the prize money at a national level? I mean, what does it take to make that kind of a quilt?
Oh, a lot of experience. It really takes the experience, and the skill level has to be there. And I do my quilts from start to finish. I design the quilt, sew it, and then I actually quilt my quilt tops all on a domestic sewing machine. I don't use one of those big long arms. So the craftsmanship is definitely there. A lot of people that see my quilts, they just ooh and ah.
How many are you bringing to the show in Richland Center this weekend?
I haven't even gone through them yet. That's this afternoon, just to empty out the plastic tubs and decide which ones get to go. They've told me I could only have like about 5 large bed quilts, and so that I've kind of figured out, but I've got a lot of wall hangings that will be there. So there'll be quite a few to look at. Believe me, there will be.
Have you been to this show before, Cheryl?
Yes. I've been a member of this guild for about 2 years, and I really enjoy it.
There are a lot of skilled quilters in southwest Wisconsin, aren't there?
Yes, there are. It's amazing what each one comes up with for ideas and their skill levels. I mean, it's just amazing. It's really worthwhile seeing.
What does it take to wow you, when you're going to look at somebody else's quilt?
Something that's very unique and different. And you'll see that with mine, because I design my own quilt blocks even. And I try to design, I've got my own copyrights on my patterns, and they're very different.
Huh, that's big time. So I never thought about that, making sure that nobody steals your ideas.
Oh, right? Yes. I write my own patterns, and I copyright the patterns. A lot of quilt designers out there these days actually only have the copyright for just the instructions, because a lot of quilt blocks are pretty standard. But I have figured out some quilt blocks that are different and unique that have never been designed before. And it takes a lot of studying the quilt history to figure that out, which I've done. And I've designed some new quilt blocks that have never been designed, or done before, and I'm selling those patterns on my website at heartfeltquiltdesign.com.
How do you come up with ideas? I mean, what is the inspiration?
When I was in school, I loved geometry and math, and I just love sitting down and drawing. I mean, I worked for the Shopping News years ago and did a lot of graphic arts. So between the graphic arts and geometry, you just can kind of come up with some different designs. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, because it can look really good on paper, but once you sew it, it's like, oh, this isn't going to work at all.
But color has a lot to do with it too, doesn't it?
Yes, color and pattern and fabrics. It's amazing what you can come up with for designs. And I'm starting to get into YouTube now too, to where I'm showing some of those different aspects of quilting and what you can do with color and pattern, and just by cutting the fabric into smaller pieces and then resewing it back together, different designs that you can create.
Are you finding that more younger quilters are getting into the crafts or not?
Somewhat. In different areas of the United States, that's very much true. There's a new quilter that's on the international scene that she's in high school yet. She's only 17 years of age, and she's designing clothing that's quilted coats, skirts, and she's phenomenal. She just won Best of Show and got an honorable recognition in Paducah at the International Quilt Show Museum.
That's just some natural talent there, isn't
yes,
it?
very much so. Very much so. And she's down in Missouri, this young gal. And I've been talking to her. She's really quite inspirational. So
That's interesting. It's somebody that young can inspire somebody that's been at it for a few years, right?
Yes.
So the quilt show is coming up this weekend, Cheryl, and hopefully a lot of players or a lot of people will come out here and enjoy the show. And you can just you don't have a time frame. You can just walk in and whenever you show up.
Right. The hours are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 4th. And then October 5th on Sunday, the hours are 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you want to make sure that you come between those hours.
And see, a lot of them, I think probably the problem is just trying to find a space to fit them all in there, isn't it?
The quilts?
The quilts.
We'll have them down the hallways.
Okay. Wherever you can make them then.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
We have racks down up at the hallways and in the second floor activity room at Schmidt Woodland Hills. Yeah.
There are some quilts, too, that are they're probably all ages, right? I mean, you've got some that are probably have some age to them, right?
We do. And we have a special exhibit that's going to be there from, I can see her face. But she's going to have a special exhibit in the hallway. And we just asked her last week. I'm so sorry. I can't remember her name. I'll think about it later. But anyway, we are going to have quite a few exhibits, not just me, but other quilters, and there's such talent there. It's amazing what we do. Absolutely amazing.
Is there a lot of competition between quilters, or are you kind of all in the same boat?
We all just, we teach each other. And if someone doesn't have a skill set, someone else will come and help them learn something new. And that's what's great about the Quilt Guild, is that you're always learning something new.
How often do you get together?
Once a month. And we actually meet for a day so that we can sit and sew together and do, make different charity quilts together or items to sell at our quilt show. There's going to be quite a few items that are handmade, ready to be sold by our various quilters. So you definitely want to check that out.
I've seen them where they use like old T-shirts too to adorn quilts. Are those hard to make?
The T-shirt quilts, you have to use a stabilizer in behind them just to get them so that the T-shirts don't stretch when you're sewing them. And you have to use a special needle so that it doesn't create holes in the T-shirt either. But they're not that difficult. They're just heavy in weight. And not everybody wants that heavy weighted quilt. But they are unique.
They are unique. Recently, you had, I know Lorna Maxwell was in the spring to talk about the Quilt Gala that happened for Grace as a fundraiser, and that seemed to go over really well, Cheryl.
It did. It's so much so that we're having it again.
All right. That's good to hear.
Yes, and we'll just after the quilt show, we'll get started on those quilts for this next year.
Awesome. I think that you probably feed off that excitement when you see somebody really excited to purchase a quilt or bid on it too, don't you? Yeah. So that's good to hear that that's going to go on again. So going on this weekend on Saturday and Sunday in the second floor activity room at Schmidt-Withen Hills, Friendship Quilters Guild. And you probably would take some donations if people would like to contribute a little bit,
Yes,
right?
there's going to be door prizes.
Oh, good.
We actually have some door prizes being donated by the Paisley Star Quilt Shop in Boscobel. And we also have another door prize that the Quilt Guild has got items to donate. So definitely sign up for the door prizes and stop in. It'll be worth your time if you like quilts.
Check it out. If you're a quilter, I'm sure you appreciate if somebody comes up and quizzes you about a quiz too, a quilt.
Definitely. Right? And I'm asking that people come up and see my quilts, and if they have questions or have questions even about their quilting, come and ask me. I probably have an answer. I'm pretty well versed in quilting.
I'm sure. Will you be bringing any of the quilts that you took to like the national competitions?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, those will be there. And I'll have some new quilts. I just entered a quilt in the AQS, that's the American Quilters Society quilt shows, which is more on the international level. I just entered a quilt into that show, but I haven't heard back if I'm accepted yet, and I probably won't hear back until early November. But the quilt that I'll be entering will be at this show, so you definitely want to see it before you see it anyplace else.
When you have a quilt accepted, then do you wind up mailing it, or how do you get it there?
Yes, I mail it and insure it, and it's pretty much tracked the whole shipping process. They then do the same when shipping it back.
So they display it, and you don't actually physically have to be there then?
No, I don't. I don't have to be there at all, and it's nice to go there, though, because sometimes I will stand in front of my quilt as people go through and talk about it in more detail, and you get a lot of people that want to take your picture because they think you're a celebrity. When you're really not. I'm just an ordinary person.
In the quilting world, though,
Yes.
to get to that level, that's pretty special. So, yeah, it takes a little experience, as you mentioned. And you have vintage equipment then, do you? Or do you have newer equipment that
I
you use?
have newer equipment. My sewing machine is computerized. So it pretty much cuts the thread for me with a push a button.
I see. So it is a little easier than it used to be years ago.
Yes, by far.
Right. And the old, the ladies getting together and quilting together, and, some of those 100-year-old quilts, they do have a lot of history, though, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Will you have any this weekend, vintage like that?
I think some will be bringing some vintage quilts, especially for the bed turning, which we'll have that every day, both days in the afternoon. I think that's scheduled for right around 2 and I think 10 o'clock in the morning.
How does bed turning work?
It's actually a history of quilts, and they talk about some of the different techniques that are used in more detail as they turn the quilt off the bed. And there's a whole stack of quilts on the bed, and it's really quite interesting. I'm always impressed every time I see it.
Yeah. You have to see it to really understand it, I'm guessing. Sure.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add about this weekend's show, Cheryl?
No, just stop out and see us. It is free admission, and you can't beat that.
No, absolutely not.
In this day and age, it seems like a lot of quilt shows or anything, you're paying an admission fee. And this one has no admission fee. It's free. So definitely come check us out.
There are so many things going on, but I think that can be a positive because, people can just kind of make the rounds around all the other things going on around the area.
Exactly.
And we hope they'll stop out. And the weather is going to be really nice as well.
Yes, it's going to be beautiful weather. Doesn't look like any rain, or it's going to be just nice and warm and beautiful day to check out the trees and the leaves, and everything else that's going on.
And the beautiful colors in the quilts, too.
Yes.
Cheryl, thanks for coming in. Good to meet
Well,
you.
thank you so much
You
for
bet.
having me.
Cheryl Harris joining us here on WRCO, Friendship Quilters Guild Quilt Show this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Schmidt-Woodland Hills. Check that out during your trip in to Richland Center during Center Color Fest and everything else going on that day.